Everything else should be good.
Oh, by the way, I opened up all the scenes that you
Oh,
sent me. Stop. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Benefactor at Chaotic Neutral Games. I'm Simon, your DM for tonight, as I join Corinne, Kate, Felicia, Nick, and when the internet is restored, Rodrigo, with their adventures in Alaria. Don't forget that you can help or indeed hinder by checking out your options in the chat bar. Blah, 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 blah. It's hot. It's hot. Channel points, chat bar thing. Scum's going to do wild magic, probably in a few minutes, so he gets in early. It's hot. I'm Welsh. We weren't designed for this. I'm designed for rain. Rain is one of our exports. Yes, we are going to continue with the story and hopefully be going to a much cooler place as we play episode 116 of The Benefactor. And welcome back.
Perfect.
I just saw what Scorpius wrote, that it's time for the beach episode.
Yeah, there's a beach episode in every...
Okay,
well,
go to
water,
that.
close enough. So yes, we're all going to wear swimsuits.
Yeah.
I'm sure Felicia has drawn us in the... I'm pretty much said that one of the drawings definitely is our beach-ish wear, surely. My little short outfit with the fairy wings feels very beach-like.
Yeah, your magical girl costume is definitely good for the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think farewells would work.
Yeah.
He got a crop top and shorts. I'm sure he can apply that to water.
I always end up with the most masculine outfits.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Hey, nothing says man if not proud of their body and showing it off.
Yeah, so we look like crop top midriff
Yeah.
shipping, but
Yeah.
like
It's all
thigh
about-
highs.
It's all about that midriff.
Yeah.
That's where all his divine power comes from. Is that just that midriff?
I mean, it's
Those-
divine, come on.
I mean,
He has a divine
that-
midriff.
Yeah, that belly button, those hips, that
Those
deep
hips
V,
don't lie.
you know.
I was about to say he's got the body of a, and then remembered he's got the body technically of a 2-year-old. So it's
True.
Because he
Anyway.
died recently. Don't worry about that.
so.
It's like at least a month ago now, so it's old news.
Yeah. No one cares.
The rain pours down in sheets and upon sheets upon sheets on the streets of Ostergold.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful smell of. Until Corinne spoke, I had it in my head. The
Sorry.
beautiful smell of petrichor is lifted from the streets. However, you can't see more than a few foot away. This is probably not the best time to be walking around. Everybody's coming into the Hawk and Harness absolutely soaked to the skin. Even people you know who work around the corner are suddenly regretting not just having a small snack at their workplace as they come in and immediately seek the fire to dry out hats and cloaks. And about 50% chance of wet cat, this is true. we come to the usual table and the usual crowd. I'm going to say, for convenience sake, that Aiden has come back from the Dust Call and is here with you.
Hi.
You can see in front of Nick, in front of Farewell,
Who?
is a very strange map. It's a planar map. You got it from the Green Mansion. It was very easily copied for you. And you're kind of looking at the tattoo you've got that allows you to return there, and a set of instructions that between yourself and Glory to maximize your success rate, or at least to minimize you teleporting into somewhere really inconvenient, you'll be able to take the entire party with you to the Pearl Tower, the home of Demetus. So, over to you. Farewell.
We got everything? Got everybody?
Well, everybody's here. We've collected our supplies. We borrowed some water breathing pendants from Renata.
Yeah, that's a totally you problem.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes, for some reason we don't have gills.
I don't technically have gills.
No, you're just made of water.
Yes.
Also not really made of water. It's a little bit more complex than that.
Really? I thought every humanoid was mostly water. You're the doctor here.
You're also mostly made of water. Then, by that logic.
I mean,
Again.
I think she's mostly scales right now, but
Yes.
Yeah.
Only the outer layer.
She still bleeds.
Of course I do. Why
Um,
wouldn't I bleed? Eclipse? That's just silly.
I mean,
Yes.
I don't think she's any harder to hit. I think
No.
it will just hurt a bit more if you hit her. You know, it'll be,
I can try.
don't stab her. We're not quite in the let's stab each other for giggles sort of stage of, things, because that would just be, that's just weird.
And besides, we're in polite company.
As she gestures around the room, you can see that people are still actively trying to not look like they're looking, but are absolutely looking at Glory. They do recognize her and recognize that it is her, and they're not at all surprised by her choosing an appearance like this, as they would see it. But her appearance is that different that there's still this trepidation from them.
I also glance around and decide whether I think this is polite company or not, considering it's the Hawk and Harness on a night or whatever. And
it's kind of brunch time. There's people coming in from the streets and looking around. Yeah, there's the usual, what most people would call salt of the earth folk. What other people would say rough as arseholes. So yeah, this has always been where the kind of industrial lifeblood of the city has come to. This is not like the more delicate taverns that are nearer the Green Organization.
I wouldn't want to be rude. I mean, it's a nice place, It's where we spend short periods of time. We're out a lot. And the clientele have always been very friendly. So there's no reason why to say we're not in polite company. I mean, they're staring at the moment, but they usually give us at least a casual indifference.
We usually give them a reason to stare. And besides, they're just admiring my new look.
I mean, it's very eye-catching, so it's understandable.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I was kind of expecting, I wouldn't say more, because that's a lot. I was just expecting more lace and frills and,
Have
you
you
know.
seen my new skirt? It's adorable. I love it.
I am still confused on how you grew clothes or your clothes changed when you changed. That is very strange. Because I watched you
magic
change.
works.
I literally changed my
magical
clothes
girl
back and forth a few times right in front of Eclipse and be like, yeah, how do you do that? That's weird.
Yeah, Cora goes from Knight Cora to Admiral Cora to Freetown
to-
Cora
yeah.
to Courtier Cora.
Lori
What?
deliberately has like a closet full of clothes, and she prides herself of having too many clothes that doesn't change. So that's why I was confused.
They didn't change.
I believe the
just
term
changed
is-
my clothes. Eclipse.
Ah, yes. I was a bit distracted.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
were.
I mean, never question a sorceress's transformation sequence.
Yes.
You know.
Also, we have to donate all of the Glory's shoes now. So, you know.
Of course not.
Two women look very, very interested at that much. And when Glory goes, of course not, they both look very dejected.
Don't worry,
I like tip them away.
My shoe collection is famous in Ostergold. I like this.
I suppose we should go pick up our bribe and go teleport and then just do a miracle. Because that's what we do these days. We don't just do jobs, we do divine miracles and create stuff and
Things.
good things.
Noki says, if you wish, I can go get the bribe for you.
That
Would
would
that
be
be really
very
lazy?
helpful.
Very helpful, yes.
You can
thank
enjoy your breakfast, and I want to stretch my legs, and I have a couple of things to talk to Renata.
Sure, okay.
I'll be
That
right
works
back.
for us.
He tips you with a wink and teleports. He's
Wow.
never done that before.
Wow. Somebody's trying to one-up us.
What are you talking about? I do that all the time.
Yeah, but I know, but that used to be our thing. Like, that was our thing. You know, we used to port in and out of here and appear when we pleased. And you know, and we kind of, that was kind of, you know, other than the table, that was like our thing. And now other
But
people...
Well,
appearing
now
and
our thing,
disappearing?
I guess, is something different. What's your new thing? I mean, hers is looking like half a dragon.
I mean, wasn't dying and coming back to life enough?
No, it really wasn't that big a deal.
I've got a new body!
It's slightly more masculine than the last one, but
Oh, I didn't know you were that upset by the last one!
I mean,
You would
yours
never
more
complain
square.
about it.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I mean, I don't. Sure, okay, fine. Dying is your new thing, but are you gonna planning to do that over and over? Because you didn't stop going on about it when you did it the first time. I don't know if
What-
it's gonna
whose
lose its
fault
appeal.
Is that?
Yours.
Yours. You didn't do anything about it.
I tried. I nearly died myself. Thank you very much.
And besides Farewell, it's not gonna be that unique once this plan goes through and you've done that to how
Yeah,
many
but-
people are currently hanging around in your head?
I don't know. There's a lot.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people in my head, but that's besides the point. We were first and fine. Okay, that means that I now have two things that were mine that other people are doing that I now have to figure out like my own thing.
Just maybe start an art project or something, okay? If you're that needy that you need to be doing something different from other people.
I mean, not a lot of people are performing miracles right now, so
Even him, he's not doing it yet. Come on, let's do
Yeah.
this.
Let's do
Oh,
miracles.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I can just conjure up.
Make
a
this your
miracle.
new thing. Come on.
Yeah. You do
One miracle,
understand
father.
that you do understand like the metaphysical problems of like doing an actual act of divinity. I am not.
You have a god on your side.
That doesn't count.
It helps.
That doesn't count.
Oh, forget. You want some new thing, and then you're backing away from the one thing that could make you absolutely unique. So stop it.
There's like 30 other people in this city that can do that. Like, can talk to their gods.
Well, maybe we should go talk to them, because clearly this guy doesn't want to go do the miracle.
I never said I don't want to do the miracle. I'm just.
Anybody here want to perform a miracle?
Cora turns round and says that, and suddenly a lot of people who had become incredibly rapt, looking at you all as if this was some sort of mama's show, suddenly go pretend like they weren't listening to every damn word, because you guys are just riffing. You haven't put up any privacy spells or anything like that, and they're all kind of kind of thing. The one person who does catch your eye is quite a buff Goliath. I mean, buff for a Goliath. He kind of smiles, a shit-eating grin, showing large pearly white teeth, grabs hold of a very, very large tankard, and quaffs back some ale. And you can see he's, whereas everybody else is like, kind of thing, he's just barefacedly looking at you guys and enjoying the show. At that point, Noki apparates back into the room, passes you a bundle and says, there you go, everything should be in there. And then in his other hand, he's got a large pouch of coin. He walks up to the Goliath, who is now a little more, he's still smiling, but not with the mirth that he was before. This is more of a welcoming smile. And Noki says, my mistress says this is the reward for success. Make sure you communicate to our compatriots the rewards for failure. And he gives a gruff nod, snatches this bag, not insubstantial bag of coinage, and walks out the front door with it still in his hand and looking at the giant sword that he's picked up on the way out that was just propped against the wall. You have a feeling he doesn't really have much problem with people stealing from him.
See, even the big guy with the great big fuck off sword doesn't want to perform a miracle.
Yeah, I think he's got other things to do. Okay, so fine. Are we?
Yes, we're ready to go. I have an idea. I've just got to figure out how I'm going to get X amount of bodies.
Let's not try to teleport in the middle of the tavern, though. Just in case we accidentally pull someone else with us.
A few people go, and then they hear pull someone else with us, and they all kind of sit back, get as much distance from you all as they can.
Farewell just looks up for his breath. Do you lot not have anywhere else to be?
Of course they don't.
In a public place where everyone's eating breakfast and brunch.
As you shout that, Scorn, a crackle appears in the air. You know what to do, Scorn.
Why is it every single time that Farewell does
you were shouting at the crowd when the mild magic burst went off.
Oh no!
At this point,
you're gonna scare away all of the customers.
The way the wild magic works around you guys at the moment, people are going to be forgiven for thinking that using too much magic somehow makes you arcane radioactive. Right.
So, thing number 138.
Yeah.
No,
boy.
That's a necromancy table. Hang on.
Oh no!
Oh boy!
No. Sorry, as in I was looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the necromancy table.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Oh wow! As you shout, as you call this out, a crackle appears in the air. I would like one more D6 from you, please, Scorn.
Oh no!
It's been a while.
Yeah, I suppose this is the best way to start a session.
Oh, 5, brilliant. In that case, let's get this. I just need to grab this.
I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm not, but
Okay.
I also don't really care about the consequences.
So, as you call this out, a crackle appears in the air in front of you, and 5 2-foot diameter strange creatures appear in the air. The body is shaped like a flat saucer, slightly larger than a human from shoulder to shoulder. They are about 3 to 4 inches thick at the center. And the bodies are hollow with a circular hole at the center at the top. They have
These
a pair of
donuts?
6-inch long, or 15-centimeter eye stalks on either side of the central hole, as well as numerous tentacles and small spikes that grow from the underside. The townsfolk go fucking crazy, thinking that you have cursed them with your anger, Farewell, and fall about themselves, pressing themselves against the wall, knocking over tables as they do so. You can see that rather than being just angry at this, Noki is pissing himself laughing by the bar as 5 flumps has appeared in the hawk and harness. Rodrigo,
you came out.
and Rodrigo came in at just the right time. I'm just going to kick Kate's other account to make it kick. Remove. There we go. Remove. Don't report.
You just came in. We had a wild word surge, and we just
Yeah, I saw.
5. Oh yeah, you were watching. Okay, yeah. 5 flumps.
Kate has just gone to.
I'm here. I'm here.
Presumably get your pizza. All right. Because I think
I'm just eating pizza, but I can come
fine.
back whenever.
Oh no, that's fine.
I'm
That's
like
fine.
here. I'm just yeah.
It's just I think that your character's the only one who can understand this.
Oh.
As you hear, who speaks Undercommon?
Ooh.
I do.
Eclipse does.
Oh, it's
me.
Eclipse.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure that's me.
You're hearing this in your head, Eclipse. Yes, this is Undercommon. And the flumps go, how peculiar. This place is very bright, isn't it?
No
And
shit.
I speak back to them. Yes, it is. It's very bright. I love you.
You love us? Is that why you summoned us?
I did not summon you, but you're adorable.
There's a scream as one of the flumps goes and plays with using its tentacle, plays with the dwarf's beard. The beard lets out a Homer-like shriek as this happens and presses himself against the wall. He seems to be padding his clothing, looking for his weapon. But
Don't attack the creature.
What are you?
the dwarf goes, okay, you'll deal with him, yeah? Okay,
Just let it do its thing.
What are you?
If you just relax.
Do I know what flumps are?
you can give me I guess it's an arcana. Yeah, it'll be an arcana. roll.
The fucking flying spaghetti monster. That's what it is.
Yes, it is.
24, natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Eclipse knows what a flump is for some ungodly reason.
You know that flumps are from the Underdark, and they feed on psychic energy. So
We
that's
might
not.
also need to look at the camera placement. Some people are saying we're all over the shop.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, because of popping in and out. So yes, you know that they tend to be peaceful.
I think we're good
And
now. It was just
they
like,
are excellent.
I think that
at
must have been before. We're
detecting-
fine. We're back in the same positions.
Woo!
Yeah.
Should be.
So yes, they are great at detecting evil thoughts, and you do know of certain stories where flumps have been used effectively as bloodhounds to find mind flayers.
oh.
It just goes fucking haywire around the around Glory,
So-
doesn't it?
These things are from
Yes.
the Underdark.
This is
They-
totally Glory's fault.
Excuse
And I
you,
had
I'm
nothing
not
to
the
do
one
with
that
this
screamed
whatsoever.
and suddenly summoned things.
I have no responsibility for this in any way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
We might have a trouble on our hands because these things They're from the Underdark, but their main use is to find mind flayers.
Oh, don't say the M word. Don't say the M word.
Eclipse just had a heated gamer
The
moment.
fact that they're not reacting means that there probably isn't one around here, so don't worry.
That's not a
Clips.
rumor we need to be starting.
We can
Yeah.
detect all forms of evil, Catgirl.
Yes. Do you detect any evil, Flump?
The Flump looks at Glory for a little too long and goes, not as much as we're accustomed to.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't count. Yeah,
She's
sorry.
certainly an enigma. I'm going to assume that Eclipse is translating you.
Yes.
Well, it was more just with Farewell's passive perception, he would have noticed that they were staring at Glory. So it's like that. She doesn't count. Whatever you're thinking, she's not a mind flayer.
And yet a veil of evil is over the city. How very peculiar. A past evil.
Oh yes, you're talking about the. Do you know of like a guy that like created the world?
Actually, question, Simon. Am I in the scene or am I not?
Yeah, you're
Yes,
here.
yeah,
Oh,
you're sat
okay,
at
you're
the
in the
table.
scene.
Yeah, you're sat at the table eating breakfast, bro.
Yeah,
Okay,
eating
so,
breakfast with plums.
Okay, so I'm just gonna nonchalantly just say, is it recent or is it old?
Is it
It
recent or
is-
is it old?
It is an echo, but the being that was here projected a dark aura, maybe as a portent to return.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. We know who you're talking about. Is the guy is? Do you know of this guy, this evil before? Do you know of this evil?
There's a great deal of evil before, and below, and within.
Yes, but this particular one that you can sense.
We
I mean, they could only
aren't
be
able
20
to
years old.
ascertain this.
To be fair, we're going to need something more than the flump. If we want to know. Not to
I think the
offend.
Flumps had some information. What I know.
I mean, they're useful, but again, if they are supposed to find the mind flayers, I doubt it will help in, finding more about a being that created the world.
Well, they can sense it apparently.
Not only can we sense it, but we can feed off it, drain it. Would you like us to do that?
Yes.
Eclipse,
Very
what
well.
are you saying an affirmative to?
Nothing.
Eclipse,
flump-
what are you agreeing to?
The Flumps head towards the door and vanish.
Eclipse, what did you do?
This bodes well.
No, where are the
Nothing.
flumps
This
This
going?
is why we don't trust the cat with the negotiations.
I'm
Where are the
rolling. I'm rolling insight.
I'm not even rolling. I know she's lying.
I know you know, but Aiden doesn't know if he knows.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to roll off against my deception? Good luck. Because my base.
I'm going to say you're not rolling off against Eclipse. You're just doing a straight roll.
Oh, my base deception is 23, so good luck.
But it's not technically deception that...
13.
Okay, at a 13, I will tell you, I'll consider that a success. Yes, she can conjure the best lies, but it's clear she's holding something back. This is just guilty Eclipse here. This isn't even a lie. This is just going, no.
No. ...
So it's
She's
like,
acting like a 4-year-old right
so
now.
like Farewell puts his hands together. So we don't have to clean up another mess or go to somebody else of importance to clean up the mess for us. What did you tell them to do?
They said they could feed off evil energy. And
you just let them loose on the city?
oh, they said they would specifically this. They said they could feed off the evil energy of the architect And I said, yes, go do
And
that.
you just let them loose on the city.
Yes. Because they can go and feed off the energy of the architect.
Question.
Also, they're flumps. They have like 2 hit points.
This is also
So
Simon.
you sent 5 innocent creatures to their horrible deaths.
Also Simon.
Yes, Rodrigo.
So go on.
Is it safe to assume that like said evil energy they're leeching off of because of the big effect the architect has? Is it safe to say that everyone or almost everyone in Ostacle has said evil energy?
No, it's they described it as a veil that got projected over the city when the big
Fair.
evil came last time.
Like
They're willing to just kind of hoover up the bad juju that's.
Yeah.
I because the way I was thinking about it was like if it was like pollen. Like everyone's got some evil on them now.
Just go around
Pollen is
hoovering.
evil.
All these
You are
flumps
correct.
would just be like, they just walk, they float over somebody, over the top of them, and you just get gently tentacled in a completely consensual, non-penetrative way. And everybody's just like, you're no longer
See,
evil.
if we didn't have
I'm
hentai,
pretty
he
sure
wouldn't
it
have to put the
doesn't
disclaimer
have
in.
to be
Yeah, I was going to say,
penetrative
we've
to be-
all seen enough to know exactly where that could have gone.
Yeah.
So, just so I understand, you let 5 innocent, good-natured creatures go out into what is arguably the most dangerous city in the entire continent, full of quite literal murderers, cutthroats, thieves, and dark sorcerers and wizards.
Half of
On
them.
Not
their
the
own.
babysitter.
On their own, to absorb evil from people.
What they do? They live in the Underdark. This is like Tide's Play compared to the Underdark.
I mean, what you're saying. It's funny because the way you're talking about it is like they're from Detroit. They can handle hell. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's quite literal. Yeah, they're from Chicago, bro. It's fine. They've been shot at. It's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, I understand that you're talking about like some really rough, sketchy shit, but I assure you, they grew up there. Bearing in mind that we've just sent the equivalent of D&D toddlers out to go fight a full-grown adult. Who will win? 5 toddlers or 1 grown man?
And like like just cleaning up the energy. It's fine.
I think to round off this scene, Glory, I'm not even going to get you to roll with your arcane training. The way they disappeared, that's not something they can do. They literally just vanished as quickly as they appeared.
Yeah.
It does say after a minute these things fuck off anyway.
Yeah.
Interesting thing that I forgot to say is they actually have they are their own mood ring. They turn pink with amusement, blue with sadness, green with curiosity. So they were green when they appeared, and red with anger.
They are adorable and I love them.
They are adorable, but again, it's like you are from Detroit. You can do the fucking Chernobyl rooftop like cleaning of the urinate of the fucking thing. You know.
You poor
Well,
precious
I
little
would
babies go
love
play with the
to
uranium.
discuss Eclipse's questionable morals all day and have the high ground.
Oh, it's. Don't worry, you still are the winner in questionable morals.
Exactly.
In fact, no. Because you're the winner, you're in fact the loser.
Yes.
In this
the
instance,
queen, if you will.
I think she gets to milk this one. She gets this one. This is her one. So this is the one she gets to milk.
Weren't we discussing heading
Anyway,
to the
those
far wet
things
place?
can't disappear like that. They've gone back to wherever they were summoned from.
Oh, thank
Oh, Joya.
fuck.
Joyous day.
Which
Did
is a
you
little bit of a
imagine-
disappointment for you, Glory, because you know their brains make excellent potions of levitation.
All I'm going to say is, at least we don't now have to explain to a panicked city why there are 5 weird tentacle things roaming around the city, cleaning.
I mean, to be fair, it's one of the biggest cities in the region, and considering everything that has happened, I wouldn't be surprised if that's just a Tuesday.
I don't know. I mean, that's particularly weird, even for us.
That's
I
fair.
suppose Cora is the better judge of that since she grew. Well, you've only lived here for 2
Right now.
years, was it? That's still longer than me.
We know she's not. She's.
I know, but we're in a pub
Public
of
place.
people that can hear us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clips.
Regardless, weren't we discussing going to?
Yes, let's
The
head
wet
up
place.
to Farewell's room and perform the ceremony.
Yeah, he's
to-
been putting it off. That's
Yeah.
all. But you know,
Do we need to like change
re-
into swimsuits?
Just Farrell just tilts his head and looks at her like, "You fucking what?"
Because we're gonna be in water, aren't we?
No. Pin in that one. Come back to it. Turns round to Cora, pulls out of his book, and with zero irony, goes, "I think you'll find I've been working on it," and opens his book to a page of what for everybody else is pure gibberish. It makes no fucking sense. It looks like a 4-year-old has gotten hold of a pen and a bunch of ink and has just gone to fucking town on the page, and he's like, "See, I've been fucking working hard on it."
Nice scribbles.
Why are you showing us your niece's art project?
I assure you, it is more complex than this, but it's there. Right.
I'm like,
Always
shall we?
ask
And I start
music.
walking up the stairs.
And
Yeah.
also, no, why would you? Swimming costumes? I mean, really?
Just something that won't drag, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like my cloak won't do really well in water. It will just like flap about and
Their
be really
armor.
heavy.
There's a good chance that at least one of you's getting stabbed.
Probably by
What armor?
one
I
of
don't
us,
need any.
actually.
Yeah, you just gotta sink with your new
I
tail.
mean-
You're not gonna be able to swim anymore.
Yeah, you do you. Just wear something.
I'm
Dragons
forgetting
swim
that
very
you
well.
you have a tail
I was
anyway.
I tell you what, wear something appropriately glory, and I apologize
Oh yes,
for the
I suppose
creepiness
we're
that you're
meeting
probably gonna get.
one of the greatest scholars of our time. And
Yeah, and I'll be
times.
honest, I have no idea what kind of person he's like. It could be a completely lecherous old fool, at which point, for all of us, I apologize on behalf of my species in advance. I don't know him. He was a dick when I met him, so, you know.
To be fair, most scholars end up being dicks when they're older.
Yeah, what is with that?
I think it's about arrogance.
It's a good
And
job
they're
that we're all
bitter
not going to
that
get
the
that
new
old, isn't it?
generation are doing
I
things
just
better.
pushed the door to my room open. And just
Downstairs, as you get ready to transverse the plains, the dwarf that had his beard tickled by a creature from another dimension goes, "Never eaten here again."
You're
Pay
lost!
reparations. Don't worry.
Gets up and says, "It's the battered parrot for me," and walks out, putting his wet hat on his head.
Oh, what a shithole. The battered parrot. I mean, who drinks in somewhere like that? I mean, who would go to the battered parrot?
That's not animal abuse, by the way. That's a parrot that ended up flying into a deep fryer. Anyway, right. So. And
Sounds
that's
like
the
animal
delicacy
abuse
of-
to me.
I was going to say, like
It's
Scott
more animal
said,
self-abuse, but let's not go there.
That is,
Yeah.
that is the signature thing on the menu. It's a battered parrot on a stick.
Right.
Pero no te loco.
You get upstairs and you pull the bed to one side. Ritual circle starts being put in place. An interaction by Farewell and Glory.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that, Nick?
I mean, I will like roll up the arm, show Glory the rune, so she's got all of that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right, go put my armor on, get on my kit, and then like there's this, and it's almost like you've seen like a big Bergen. Like it's like a giant camping like backpack. You can fit your entire life in it. It's got like 23 kilograms worth of stuff in it. Farrell just produces one of those and is just like pops his bag of holding down, opens it up and is just stuffing it with not a huge amount of success into his bag of holding, and he's just like, "Come on, you fucking thing, get it."
Farewell. What are you trying to do?
There's a lot of material components I require,
Of course.
and as such, in the bag. But water bag, no good. Water bag of holding, fine. This is the logic.
Okay.
Thus is it.
Okay, before we do teleport, I have no idea how we're going to convince this guy to give us a load of bodies, especially a nondescript amount of bodies. Any ideas?
I
mean,
suppose.
we have the
What
bribe.
did you tempt
Challenge
him
his
with
ego.
last time?
Like the smoke coalesces around like Farrell's hand. I said he could look at this. So
Then allow him to.
Yeah, but I kind of agreed that he could do that, so he could like send me back here, and that he wouldn't get mad about me keeping the body.
Ah, I see. So you already owe him, and we need to convince him to part with more.
Exactly. Or
A
at
trade for a
least-
trade, then.
Yeah,
I
or at
suppose-
least get hold of his equipment that makes all the bodies, even if he doesn't exactly have all of them to spare.
I
Scorn, by the way,
suppose-
is winning in the dad joke stakes. By the way, so
Nice. I suppose we could. Well, I'm not one to put a price on human life, but I'm sure he is.
Bold of you to assume you don't do that already.
I mean, let's be completely honest. If I asked you how much it would cost to get a slave, you could probably tell me, right?
We don't have slaves.
All right,
Everyone
indentured
has a
servants.
contract.
Whoa. Indentured servitude, then.
Indeed.
They're
Yes.
still slaves.
Yes, it's just
My
slaves
sister was
without-
nearly sold to slavery.
It's
To
just
another
slaves.
dragon.
That you
Please,
bought
that
the
was a
slavery
blue flight.
contract.
The Black Flight is above having anything named slaves.
Yes, you
So
don't call
passé.
them slaves. They're not
there's
slaves.
a
sure.
sentence there. There's a sentence there. We don't use the nay.
Yeah, we don't use the
I'm
term.
sure the
Such
people
a
that were
dirty
terrified when I
term.
thought the when Cora got a brain freeze from the ice cream were totally not slaves.
It's not.
Yeah. Oh
course
God, I
not.
forgot about that.
They
not
worked in
dead,
an
are they?
establishment.
not dead.
Really? Even if one had the indentured servants, they wouldn't put them in the front of the store.
All right, you know what?
Okay,
I'm going to put my foot down. Glory, anytime you say that they're not slaves, you owe Eclipse a piece of platinum. No, this is not negotiable, and I will enforce this.
Yes, thank you, Gaiden. Thank you very much.
Right.
I'm gonna be rich.
After you,
You
Glory.
are so silly.
I will follow your lead. Okay.
I'll do my best.
I'm literally going to like make a thing that's just the slavery jar that every time Glory does this, she puts a fucking piece of platinum in.
Yeah, he just picks up a jar off the side, gets some masking
Why?
tape and a pen,
Why?
Labor.
slavery jar, and gives it to Eclipse.
They work off their death. I don't see the issue.
1 platinum in the jar.
One
One
platinum in the
platinum
jar.
I'm-
Come on,
Go up.
1 platinum in the jar.
I know that you're playing a character that grew up in a lawful evil society, but I have to admit, even this is making me cringe.
I know.
This is just like let's be real. This entire series is just basically the D&D version of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Come on. Come on, responsibilities.
Fine.
Come on.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go.
Good
Thank
girl.
you.
Cling.
Well, this keeps up.
Either way, we need to negotiate for said bodies.
Yes.
So, Father Farewell, what other than the knowledge
You are
of
just upset
the
with me
void?
because we're making you pay for the jar. Don't use that language with me. You should know better than anybody else.
Oh, I can be petty too. Don't worry.
Actually, Simon, can I don't know if I have to roll for this, but like, is there something Aiden can give to Farewell so that he can offer to this, considering that Aiden deals a lot with undead and freeing souls, and like kicking things back to where they belong, essentially.
There's lots of things that you could possibly offer, but you don't know a great deal about this Demetus person until.
I know that's why I'm thinking in very general terms instead of specifics.
In general terms, I mean, most of the stuff that you could give an arcane scholar would be like books and resources from the Duskhold that you would never give anyone else.
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
risky
it's
though.
like you've got tokens that you could turn around and say, oh, by the way, I have the only copy of Akaran's Legacy. At which point he'd be going, yes, that will do, absolutely fine. At which point,
And then I have to put someone in the fucking hit list.
yeah, and then you're just like that would do the job, but I don't want to do this. This is
It's
bad.
literally
It's
like
a bad
I give him
idea.
the book, and then like quickly whispering to someone behind me, kill him now.
Stab him in the spine.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, there could be something when you get to talking to him that you think you might be able to offer.
Right. I just wanted to see if there was something I could offer as a bargaining chip on behalf of Farewell.
Mhm. Okay. So
They're not slaves; they're interns.
Yes, that's was it Joseph that said that?
You do realize that makes the whole of like Atul Zoran like one of those choosing beggars posts.
Oh
It's
yes.
like we require you to work like 60 hours a week, and guess what? You pay us.
Yeah.
Well, of course, they should be honored to work to such a
Oh
established
god, until
and
Saran is just the fucking Halcyon colony from the Outer Worlds.
it pretty much is, isn't it? Yeah. So, you get the ritual ready.
I made an
and-
evil cider. What do you want me to do?
Evil.
Okay, I have the material
It's
components.
in the name.
I have the structure of what I need. Got the summoning thing. We got probably the best two people to negotiate. Lots of people that can stab and magic. So worst case, we murder him horribly and we take hold of his stuff. Cool.
Cool. I'm sure that's
Sounds like
the
a
right-
plan. Better than no
Cool.
plan.
Cool.
Half a plan is better than no plan. So there we go.
Just a question.
Yo.
I'm not like I have vague memories of us going through the Witch Queen's hoard, but did we find anything there that might be worth trading?
I mean,
Like-
I did find some interesting books, but again, if I do give them away, I have to put someone on a fucking hit list.
Actually, that you've got a list of items that he may be interested in that's from the Witch Queen's stash, yeah. And not the stuff that has been labeled not suitable for reality by the Duskhold.
Yeah, I was about to say,
So-
Idens, I will shank
Like-
you if you take this list. Yes, that's our separate
It's
list.
literally like I want to say there's a portion of the Duskhold that is just a fucking SCP Foundation site, just like containing all the worst evils in the universe that are just locked away.
Oh yeah. No, I meant from the things that are actually like, okay, we can use these / trade them.
Yes.
Would plain old money work? Just like an
No.
exorbitant amount of money? Damn.
Considering he has his own army and a palace, he doesn't exactly
Well,
need
cash is king.
normal money. Knowledge, though. Knowledge is power.
Here in my garage.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to do the ritual?
Ready? Everybody ready? Got your amulet?
Make sure my
Tell
amulet is
everything.
on. Tap it a few times, hoping it's going to work.
Yes.
Just remember, don't breathe. And small concentric circles with your hands. Okay? Helps you tread water. And your feet as well. Yeah, that's it. Like that.
Great.
Hey.
Okay.
No, not like that. That's really inefficient.
Especially once you're underwater.
Exactly.
Okay. The ritual kicks in. And there's a part of it that's familiar to you all as you get that lurching sensation in your stomach, more violent than usual as you go from one plane to the other. However, there's one part of it that is completely new, and that is the water clap. You go from being in air to being in water. Suddenly, the pressure of water pressing down on your skin, being flooding into your mouth, pressing against your eyes, in your ears. It's uncomfortable, to say the least. Everyone apart from Nick, I want you to roll me a stamina roll. Constitution roll, please.
Constitution save or just a normal constitution?
It'll be a Constitution save. You can, if you wish, do a Charisma save.
No, I'll take Constitution.
Say face instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. One is if you manage to just physically withstand it. The other one is if you just fake it.
16.
16. Yeah. You kind of know where you were going, and you just go, and you just
Actually,
kind of grit your teeth.
I don't want to use this as like mechanically, but I think would my ability to be where is it? I'm looking for it. Does
Ghostly?
ethereal step my ability to become intangible for a moment? Would that help a little bit?
That will help while you're in the water, because everybody's slowed unless they have a swim speed here. So everybody is kind of
Off speed.
yeah.
Right.
If you use ethereal step for a short period of time, you
I know.
ignore it.
I just wanted to use it like I don't want to use the feature itself, like the mechanic itself. I just want to use the flavor of Aiden partially turning into like.
Yeah, basically you could probably make it
ghost.
more of a gradient, couldn't you, with that?
Yeah.
Because you'd have to let it go at some point, but it means when you go in there, you're like, oh, and you just automatically. Yeah, I like that. It's good. That's good flavor. Felicia.
19 con or 22 charisma.
Yeah, that's quite high. You actually enter the water with a flourish. Little water dragon there. Cora.
Sorry. What? I zoned. I'm sorry, I zoned for
That's
a
okay.
second. I was like
okay.
getting set up for the break because I thought it was going to come up soon, so I'm just getting the timers right and checking. I got.
Constitution or charisma saving throw.
Oh shit. Of course, it's a saving throw. Constitution or charisma, definitely. That's.
Please.
It's like, which one? do you
Why
choose?
is this a thing? Okay. Where's the dice roller gone on? D20.
You just click on the. If you just click.
Oh, I click on it, don't I?
Yeah.
She says. No?
Yes. If you click on the little button next to it says like con or it says car and then do your plus 10 or whatever. If you click on the plus 10.
It's not giving me a okay, I don't know. It's not giving me the option. I don't know why. Okay. That is 22.
Yeah, you just and again with your charisma, you know that you're going to come in and it's going to be difficult, but you just kind of arrive and you're just kind of there looking focused. And finally, what's the cat do?
So is it charisma or constitution?
Charisma or constitution, your choice.
Gonna try charisma because it's slightly better than my constitution, but not by much. 9.
9. The cat
Wet
enters
cat.
the water and has a minor panic attack for 2 seconds.
Like, Farrell, does that
I
really
should
annoying
feel-
thing?
No, you don't. We will get to that.
Oh dear.
I should
So,
feel bad, but I also feel this is kind of karmic.
You see, you're in what can only be described as a study. It's in what seems to be a coral reef sculpted organically into a room. It seems to be that a lot of this kind of biomancy has just made the furniture grow. It's beautiful. You have the colors of Daughter of Pearl, Mother of Pearl on the ceiling. There's a strange glowing light, which seems to be this will-o'-the-wisp type affair that's just shifting in the water in lieu of any lamps. There's floating in a position next to what would be a desk in front of what seems to be a scroll made on hide. Is a much older water genasi wearing kind of almost a Ming the Merciless full collar that goes along the back of his head. And he says, I didn't quite activate you yet. I have bigger fish too. Who are you? Because he's looking at Eclipse, Cora, Glory, Iden, and a potted plant. I told you I was waiting, Skull. Who are you? He pulls out a wand and without any hesitation, fires a spell.
Oh, joyous day.
Counterspell, someone.
As you're
let
in the
me
middle of
see.
struggling, if you want to try and counter it, by all means.
I can't counterspell. I'm thinking Cora and Glory has some counterspells. I think.
I don't have counterspell. What would I?
I don't have
Oh, well,
anything,
I-
sadly.
I mean, I have counterspell. I mean,
you've only got 2 spell slots and you only need to wait an hour. It's hardly a huge expense.
no, it's. I mean, he might just be turning you back into your normal form. If I counterspell, you stay a pot plant. But so he's firing at the pot plant, or who's he firing at?
He's firing at all of you with a cone effect.
Oh, I'm definitely counterspell.
Okay. What level is your counterspell?
It is
5th level.
5th level,
It's
yeah.
always
Eric?
cast at her highest level, which is 5th.
yeah, I think so.
Okay. Give me an Arcana roll, please.
It's not Arcana we roll with counterspell. It's I
shit.
think it's a
Cast
spell casting roll.
Oh, in that case, please do your spell
it's
casting.
spell, not spell mod. It's the it would add charisma onto it, I think.
Yeah.
Let me double check that I'm not talking out my
I'll
arse,
just go with a
but-
spell casting roll. Give me a spell casting roll, Kate, to
This isn't working on me.
DC is usually 10 plus the spell's level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, so this is with the plus 12 spell attack thing, is it?
Yep,
yeah.
that's it.
That's 18.
18. This quite powerful spell, and you can see motes of something being conjured around your body starts to form, and just with sheer will and your ability to bring the fantastical into other realms, you just dismiss it with a thought, Cora.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, okay, you have my attention. Who are you?
I'm really sorry. Our genocide friend is currently a potted plant.
Give me a moment. And I
Wait.
take out-
You all sound like imbeciles. What have you got there? Okay, yes. Prime material, I presume.
Actually, Glory would cast tongues in order to talk Genasi to him.
If you wish, yeah. That probably will be appreciated. He comes up to you and says, Oh, stay there, stay there. This time it's a benevolent spell.
Of course.
And you find yourself going, and you're breathing and speaking as if the water was air. It's much more refined than the spell on your amulets. There, now we can talk properly.
Our genocide
A
friend-
welcome change, thank you.
Yes. Our genocide friend is currently a potted plant. Please help.
Give me a moment, and I take out the wand of the spell magic that I have, so that
Wouldn't
I can
that
try
on
and
the
make
line
Farewell
too?
into something that is not a potted kelp plant.
Yeah, it probably would be a kelp, actually, yeah. Yeah, you fire the... and suddenly... He goes, now him I recognize.
Yes, that is why we're here.
That was
no.
really unpleasant. Why
We
did I
don't know
turn
what-
into a plant?
I
Because...
don't know. I
know.
used the rune you gave me.
And you clearly screwed it up. Anyway, why are you here?
Yeah, I just look at Farewell like.
Yeah, it's just everybody
Poor
just
thing.
turns to Farewell.
We're here because our friend owes you something, and
Oh.
to bargain
Hello,
for a
Dormammu.
little extra.
Okay, here to pay a debt that you should still, I don't know, speak to one of my men to
I'm
arrange an
sorry, it's
appointment.
kinda-
I was deep in thought here.
I'm
Our
sorry, it's
deepest
kind of hard to send
apologies, but
correspondence
the,
between planes.
A woman with some etiquette. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate.
I lean over to Aiden. I go, told you he was a dick. Very quietly.
So, am I to presume, my lady, that you are the leader of this outfit and?
I threw up a little at that sentence. I threw up a little.
Yo.
No.
not according to them. And I wink at him.
Not according to you either, bitch.
He looks at you glowing and goes, I completely understand. So your man here hijacked one of my chambers to restore his life. But you're here to pay, apparently.
Of course. It needs to be done after all. And it wouldn't do to keep such an esteemed man as yourself waiting for long.
I understand your
True.
appreciation and thank you. Thank you. Please forgive my my grumpiness at your unexpected arrival. See, if you'd showed me, and he looks at Phil and says, if you'd shown me such deference here, respect, mutual, of course, my lady, then maybe we would have had a better encounter. Anyway.
I had just died.
Excuses. You see,
We
my
know,
lady?
Farewell.
Excuses.
We know.
Always. So, I believe the first order of business was me being paid.
Yes, I do believe you were promised the esteemed opportunity to observe as well as study a ancient artifact of the Raven Queen. And I look at Farewell.
Yes, I'll call him back when I need him for that. I'm not in the mind space right now, and I have bigger fish. Well, not even fish to fry. Yes, I have troubles at the moment. 3 large ones. Yes, but tell
There
me,
was
how good are your people at fighting things?
Oh, we are quite well versed.
We are
in
not
the art of
volunteering
fighting.
to fight off things. We have a mission. We have a mission. Bring out the
But
map.
we are
She
also
brings out a
very
map that
busy,
I'm like, "Don't put out the
unfortunately,
map, you're
as
ruining
our
it. Water. It's not waterproof.
Unfortunately, we are currently on a campaign to stop a great evil.
I understand.
Such
I
is
mean,
the
it would only be a
fate of-
momentary detour. It would take you just an hour, maybe tops.
I suppose that could be negotiated when we discuss the next thing. See, Farewell here have recently come into a conundrum, I believe. Would you please explain the situation?
There's a moment where Farewell's like, there's a lot he
Please.
wants to say. He's just,
Well, Farewell is like, like trying to get it out. Aiden's just, please get on with it.
getting on with it. I mean, I currently am holding multiple Genasi souls within myself, who were being used as an extra planar battery to create a demi-plane of existence, and technically they didn't die. They had their lives stolen from them, which is a fantastic cosmic loophole that basically allows me that, should I have the materials, to give them their lives back rather than them joining the cascade and being resurrected as new and different people. And I intend to do that, and you have a lot of bodies or access to creating bodies. So I've come here to basically get bodies for the souls so that I don't end up sharing my head with like 40 people.
Fascinating.
That was a mouthful.
It got a Gnostic transplacement. It's
Yeah,
wow.
what you said.
There is a name. There's a
very-
name for it. God damn.
Very well, very well. What a fascinating conundrum to bring to me. Of course, I've heard of it, of course, but
Of course you have.
to have the opportunity to resolve it. The not dead undead. Yes, it's okay. For this, we'll need my bigger mirror. And he says, "Please, this way, this way." And he starts talking about the Pearl Tower as he goes through, saying that it was the home for kings, despots during the various wars that the elementals have had, and it was in rack and ruin when he found it. He restored it, and he said, the only problem is that I had to restore it using literal force and mending. If there was a way of using some sort of time-based solution, it would have been far easier. But I didn't want the Emperor coming down on me. You understand? We have a good tentative relationship at the moment, and I like to keep it that way. It means that I am undisturbed in my studies. But it is several miles high and starts off at the bedrock, and the very tip of it leaves the ocean itself and is prone to the sky. But we are going still into one of the subnautical levels, and he takes you through many levels. There's no staircase here. There's just a central shaft that you swim up and down. And you guys are going painfully slow, and he goes, please, hurry, and takes you into a room with a gigantic mirror. The mirror seems to have, again, it's this kind of strange mixture between chitin and metal. And he says, right, I need you all to be out of the range of the mirror, and I need you, my boy, to come and stand directly in front of it, please.
I'm sorry, what did you call me?
You are a boy, aren't you? Did I put you in the wrong gender body?
No, he's a boy.
I have a name.
Yes, bear something.
Farewell.
Farewell, if you want to stand directly in front of the mirror, please.
Thank you.
And let's see what we will see. He conjures just using his fingers, and there are some familiar faces behind you in the mirror, ghostly.
Ooh, Harry Potter
Just
style.
kind of staring at you. It's the first time you've seen these people from your caravan in a very long time. There are a few faces you don't recognize.
Wow. I thought I'd have something really profound to say at this moment.
Sometimes the most profound thing to say is nothing at all.
Yeah, I find that very hard, if you hadn't noticed. But look at them all.
It is such a
Cora
fascinating
waves
sight.
at them.
How they're all connected to you, yet not at all in the sense of their own souls.
They all seem to be a little dazed as they're looking at you, but each one of them has a relieved smile, and you remember they've spent years screaming.
Yeah, me too. Right.
I didn't realize that this is your family line. The body that you have there has elements of the person that was supposed to inhabit it. There's a rather noble brow, that one over there.
Please don't eugenic my family. I will have you converted into a steaming pile
No,
of goo
nothing
by
like that.
one.
Nothing like that. I'm saying I'm rather a fan of portraits. I see a little. It's not nobility. What is it? Something. Ah, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. So,
I'm glad we're in water.
so, these are the bodies to be restored. You understand?
Yes, every single one of them.
I can do half of what you need, but I would need possibly you. You're a clergy, yes?
Yep.
I'd need you to do the other half.
It's no problem. I brought all the stuff I need, and I've got a pretty good idea of how to do it all in one job lot.
I underestimated you, sir. What theory do you have?
I'd pull out this giant pack.
Here we go.
Just like, right. And I just float it over to him.
That's going to get soaked. One moment, please. He gestures, and the room empties of water, and it's now a room filled with air. You notice that there's a shimmering at the door, holding the water at bay.
That is about 70 people, or in effect, 70 me. Give or take 3 or 4 people.
The biological components aren't going to be that difficult. It's primary biomancy. It's what I specialize in.
Yes, but everybody... Look, for a lack of a better term, if we're 3D printing humans, we kind of need the spool. Farewell has brought spool. He has brought spool, but... Oh, you can't read it, so you won't understand. But basically, I know something a bit about magic myself. And don't give me a bit behind me eclipse. I can see that.
You know about divine magic.
Yeah, Demetrius did raise an eyebrow, but he didn't outwardly criticize you.
However, all magic is fundamentally the same. It is language, and as such, with all languages, they all share common ancestry, which means we can devolve any form of magic into its basic building blocks, and from there, build new spells, or convert pre-existing spells to go beyond their original parameters. And as such, we can, with enough effort and enough help, and I happen to have two very powerful spellcasters with me, and I point at Glory and Cora. I have a very resourceful spellcaster, and I point at Eclipse.
Okay.
And I have a friend here who's got access to some of the most unique sources of information this side of any material plane. And between all of us, in using all of their skills and borrowing several of their powers, I'm pretty sure I've rewrote a way to pull each and every single one of them out of me, one at a time, into each individual body, going exactly where they need. And it'll take nothing more than about 12 to 18 hours of constant concentration, which is the reason why I need these two, as I'm probably going to need help staying up, because 18 hours of constant casting is pretty
Arduous.
tough. Yeah. I mean,
experience.
Yeah, I've done 24 hours once, and that sucked. But this is new magic that I've never done before, and and I think we are going to make ourselves some new spells today.
He smiles and says, I think I've misjudged you, sir. I would
Everybody
disagree
always
that
does.
all magic is will rather than language, but I get what you mean. The weave and the weft. It does feel a lot like language, doesn't it?
Look, I assure you, with the magic that goes on around us, it's not so much weave as it's incoherent screaming. Near constant incoherent screaming, with occasionally a word or two thrown in. By the way, watch out for the flumps. They show up a lot.
Noted.
You've only shown up once, Farewell, and that was because you did something weird.
Yeah, but he didn't know that.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Indeed. And
I-
besides, trying out new things is always exciting.
And
Exactly.
you, my boy, I think I misjudged you.
Everybody
As
does.
for my part, I'm a master of biomancy. And
that is why
none
we
of that
went
necromancy
for your
bullshit.
counsel.
I'm talking about actual life. I'm talking about the mote, the spark. I can bring things into existence naturally, from a single cell to a leviathan.
Don't quite need to go Leviathan, but I do need that many bodies.
As I say, the organic component isn't a problem. You,
That's
however,
right, that's the only bit I need you to do.
you, however, need to be able to fuse the souls to the bodies, and you'll also need to transmute the bodies to look like them. I can only do a certain amount. It's mostly sculpting.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
there is
have a plan for that.
Oh, I will hear your plan, but I have a
Yeah.
suggestion of my own.
Oh, cool. Maybe a combination of the two. Well, you see here, my friend Cora here has a very unique ability. Show him the hair.
Cora,
Yeah,
the hair.
wow. It's not just the hair. It's the clothes as well. So we already have a biological template for changing. Right there.
That
And-
will certainly come into play for certain factors, but I was thinking there's something you can do as a diviner. There's a ritual that is present on, I believe, my plane of existence and yours that corrects the body to the soul. It is used for those who are born into a sex that doesn't match their gender.
Yeah, I don't actually really know that one, as I didn't really hang around.
It
that
is a
temple.
It is a chorus ritual farewell, and you have been part of a chorus before that's cast it.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Cool. We can do that. But
And if I'm correct in my assumption, the remainder of the chorus, and he points into the mirror, are there.
yeah.
Indeed.
Yep.
So, get your notes together and get ready to brief us all. I'll give you an hour. My time is precious. And with that, we're going to take a break.
Yes.
An hour.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to take a 10-minute break. But we are going to transverse an hour in 10 minutes.
See you all later.
Take care.
See you
See
soon.
you in a bit.
And we are back. When we left off, great things were afoot as they joined the water genasi archmage, Demetus. And this is the guy who, if he was bored of you, would just yeet you back to your original destination. He'd probably just, maximize spell banishment on you. But no, you played it exactly right, as we were discussing in the break. So, Farewell. What is your plan for your miracle?
Go, miracle, chop chop.
Don't rush genius. Cannot rush genius. Right.
We're not trying to rush genius. We're trying to rush you. Carry on.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
That's the right
Ooh.
answer.
Rude. How rude.
Fucking soul
Okay.
damage.
So, we need the bodies. We got any bodies? We got anything we can use?
Bodies, as I say, are no problem.
Okay, well, kind of need a big room full of bodies to get started.
Do not ask Glory.
He
Not
says-
those kinds of bodies.
He turns to one of the guards and say, "Bring them to the Opal Suite in about 15 minutes."
Opal
He-
Suite.
Goes away. About 15 minutes, you get told you can now join him. And sure enough, there are 80 floating egg sacs. You're in water again now. And he gestures, the water disappears from the room, but the egg sacs, still glistening with moisture, are floating. There you are. And you can see that there are featureless humanoid, almost mannequin-like bodies in each of the egg sacs.
Okie dokie.
I call these templates.
I'm going to be nice, so I won't say anything. Right, okay. And I take out a sheet of paper and I draw a sort of rough sketch of the room. And I mark off several points on there. And I turn to Glory and Eclipse and Cora. And I hand them basically what you'll see is it's basically just like chalk and charcoal in little pouches and then sticks of each. And then I produce another sheet of three sheets of paper, all with this same identical symbol on them. I said, please split this amongst yourselves on each of the points. You need to recreate this there, leave the bags on there. They're necessary starting material components. Okay. Right. And then I sort of walk away just immediately, like that's that bit. And then I walk into the center of the room and I pull out this strange sort of box that's just covered in all sorts of arcane runes. And for a lot of you, you'll notice this got symbols for transmutation, symbols for sort of most schools of magic, but probably like I would probably Demetrius and maybe even Glory as well may pick up there's something different about them in the sense of there's almost lines of chronomancy that are just intersecting all of them in terms
Are
of
you
just
gonna mix your miracle with chronomancy?
well look, when you are about to do something as fundamental as bring 80 people back to life at once, every now and again you might want to have a might have fucked up. Can we go back 5 minutes button?
I feel like this
Okay.
is farewell going, and just
That's your
give it a little.
insurance. You've got
This is-
temporal insurance.
This is in effect what
we-
farewells. Oh fuck, we shit the bed this time button.
What were you saying, Rodrigo?
Rodrigo, yeah. I was gonna say.
I was just going to say, this is farewell is basically saying, and just to give this a little bit of kick, like let's add a little bit of vinegar to the chlorine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, is this spicy enough? I don't know. Let's add a couple of ghost peppers.
Let's add some fucking
You know, we're not
Carolina Reapers.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going up in segments of 1. We're going up in segments of like 50. So, you know, So he places that in the center of the room, and then will coalesce his knife and places it tip down in the center of the box. And as he takes his hand away, you'll notice that it just sits there on its point, and with a snap of his fingers, it begins to raise up into the sort of center of the room. About how high is the ceiling, Simon?
The ceiling here is around about 20 foot tall.
So about
Everything
15,
here is a little extra.
yeah, about 15 feet up into the air. It will just raise up, and he walks over to Iden. No, symbols.
Okay.
To it.
During this time, I didn't want to interrupt. Demeter has taken out a small white cylinder from his robe, about that long and about that wide. And he has it in his hand and he's muttering into it. You notice that this is probably some sort of recording device.
I look at to Iden and I walk over to him. All seriousness, I have no idea if this will work, if this is going to go well, if that. But if the worst should happen and I tear a hole in the fabric of reality or do something or things start channeling through me, I trust you know what to do.
I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you. Right.
Please kill me if something goes wrong.
If
If
Satan
I'm-
starts speaking through my mouth, just put a
Yeah.
bullet in my brain.
If I start speaking backwards, which you guys resolve.
Yeah, it's more if I tear a hole into the immaterium and demons start pouring out of me, you know what needs to happen.
Do we
Okay.
have any remove my scrolls just to be safe?
Better
I'm
have
getting-
a contingency plan than not have one at all.
I'm getting to that. I mean, buffing is a part of what I'm about to do.
I'm also
Go on.
prepared if any of the souls you bring up either bring something back with them, or if they turn out to be a lot angrier about their death than you thought. I'll
That's
be there
kind
for
of the
that.
reason why I was just like, you don't have a specific job so far. Is for that sole reason is that you already have arguably the most important job.
I
So
like security. Yeah.
yeah, Farewell takes off his armor, and he pops it down on one side, takes off his shirt,
Ooh.
and behave yourself. As he does, he flips to another page and he begins to chant, and this is far more divine than you usually hear him doing. A lot of what he does when he uses, well, since he's gotten better, he doesn't really use huge amount of verbal components. A lot of what he does is somatic, but this is a very verbal component. And as he begins to chant, the words on the page come up through his fingers, up underneath the base of his skin and across his body, and he ends up looking like this entire page of this strange divine runic text all just comes all over across of his arms, his chest, his back, his neck, his face, as those are the only bits that you can see. It's like, okay, almost ready. How you guys doing? You done yet?
Yes.
Yeah, just wait 2 seconds and then finish
Boredom
the.
is a tough adversary to fight, but so far I'd say I've been handling it pretty well. Don't worry about me.
Well, I was going to say that, you know, if I could trust anybody to defeat that monster, it would be you. And
Love you too. Farewell.
and then as he does, sort of, he's finished with all of that bit. He casts on himself Death Ward,
Mhm.
and then takes out the remaining of his material components, placing them each sort of like bag there. And whilst he knows they don't necessarily need to be used for the body, what they are is useful to have just in case there's more needs to be added, taken away. It's that sort of transmuting element of what he's trying to do. And then once everybody's in place, he moves over to Cora and Glory, and taking some chalk and for Cora and then charcoal for Eclipse, starts just drawing several similar to runes that he's got across his body onto their sort of heads in places that he can, on their hands, inside of their wrists. He looks at Eclipse and shrugs, and he's like, I couldn't figure a easy material component way to put it onto fur.
Charcoal is fine, you'll wash off.
No, the idea is it doesn't. Trust me, for this bit, watching is probably best. Right. So, for you two, it's really easy. All you got to do is be you.
Stand there and look pretty.
It's not standing there and look pretty, but it's more, you know how you cast your magic, how you weave your spells.
It's not my first ritual, farewell. Don't worry.
I know, but for my own benefit, so I don't panic and I don't worry or anything. Don't worry about the words. If I'm doing this right, it should come to you naturally, and you should able to help. You'll feel a bit weird, as I won't lie, I'm using you two as anchors. I'm really sorry. You're kind of stepping out of the game. You're his earth, so he doesn't electrocute himself. You are the earth. So he walks back into the center of the room, looks up at the knife, and as he opens his mouth, you can see that his throat and his chest is moving as if he's speaking, but there's no sounds or words that come out of him. And then tumbling outwards are these small silver motes. And as they sort of rise up into the sort of air, they begin to sort of spin like fireflies around like a light source, that sort of thing. And they begin to sort of spin around. And there's like 20 or 30 of them to start off with. And he begins to move his hands, and as he does, you see that they twist out and they become from singular motes of light into long, elongated runes, each one shooting out to a different sack across the room, leaving behind them this silver thread and trail through the center of his blade. Takes a deep breath. And as he does, he presses his hands against his chest. And doing so, the fingers and the hands disappear inside of his body as all the runes and the markings on him just begin to glow. And he pulls out this golden glowing material. Nods at everybody. Whew. Okay. Here we go. And you watch as it's not one farewell. It's like 30. As he shatters into about, as I said, 30 different versions of himself. Like staring at like a kaleidoscope. They're all slightly different colors, different ages, different sort of ranges of farewell. Some look like the old ones, some look like the new ones, some look like ones you haven't even seen yet. As it all spreads across through the room. And each one seems to be mirroring this singular one in the middle. As he once again presses and begins to push hands back into his own body. The other farewells going into each of the egg sacs will push their hands inside. touching these forms, and their hands will disappear inside of them. It's like, if there was ever a good time for a choir to sing, this would be it. As now we're in for the long haul. And he just closes his eyes and continues on with the ritual.
The first of the egg sacs to rupture. Quite explosive, this ichor. Quite slimy, spreading across the floor. The figure almost like a newborn fawn, slipping on this gungy substance, coughing up the slime, breathing in the air, but you know this person can breathe in water. When they stand up, is the form of Felicity Credence. He stands up and goes, turns to Demetus and goes, "Violin, do you have one?" Demetus kind of shocked, goes, "Maybe somewhere I could maybe conjure. Get me a violin." Demetus, kind of really shocked here, walks up to him, gestures, and a fiddle just appears on the floor, and is like, "I don't shut up." And Felicity starts to play this long, mournful note. As he does so, there's this resonance around the egg sacs, and he goes, "Keep going, cousin. I can help too.
Yeah.
Focus on mother. My mother."
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so
All right, then.
That mother, right?
it's like there's this moment where like he's like half of them go, "Oh," and then the other half go, "That mother?"
Yeah.
And then there's this ripple between all of them going, "That's not how this works."
Oh, this
And
is
then
making me dizzy.
as he sort of just, you can see that it looks like Farewell is just inside of his own chest. Is just his arms are just moving up and down inside of his own body as he weaves these souls and almost like a surgeon sort of physically pumping somebody's heart or plugging in an organ or stitching something up, is putting these souls back into each of the bodies.
Another pod explodes, and landing on the floor amongst three farewells is your brother, Elijah. Again, he goes through the same thing of coughing slime out of his mouth and his nose. He gets up. And starts casting. The second he stands up, you can see he was always an arcane cleric, still under the Raven Queen, but he always focused on arcane means. He was the antiquarian, if you remember, and he just starts focusing and says, "I can help guide you so that remembrance is the next one out. And he puts his hands on the shoulders of two nearby farewells and just muttering under his breath, starts focusing.
This is not weird at all.
The third one to explode, an older woman, although not that old anymore. She seems to be older in one sense. Just she looks more mature. But you do notice that there's a certain, familiar youth to all these bodies that are coming out. And not that it's a relevant point, but they are just basically plopping out of these egg sacs, butt naked, and helping with the ritual. As Remembrance Credence, the matriarch of the Credence family, one of the tougher elders and one of the tougher teachers and taskmasters of your youth, hits the floor in a really awkward fashion, breaks her knee on the impact with the cold stone floor, and still suddenly snapping her fingers and a staff appearing in her hand, pulls herself up and says, "You're doing very well. Very well."
You watch as one of the other farewells just sort of leans down and the hand just scoops into the knee, pushes the kneecap back into its place, and goes, "Sorry about that. We're working on the exit bit." and just like,
"We're
walks
alive.
back
That's
off, and then,
fleeting.
like,
Focus on your work. Is there anything you need my help with? Any part of the ritual that's feeling fragile?"
"No, just stop talking."
She gives you a kind of almost insulted glare and then just smiles. And you can see she hobbles to the corner of the, to the side of the chamber, looks down at herself, and then with a flourish, a robe appears around her body.
Sort of as this is going on, that lattice that sort of went out, you can see that it's sort of building now into a more solid shape. It's becoming much more similar to a large silver sort of three-dimensional raven that's sort of filling in. As each time a pod bursts and a part of the ritual completes, the magic sort of retracts back out and creates that part of the image. So you've gone from almost like just lines to like a wire model, to then it begins filling in with sort of depth and intensity and then detail, as it goes from being, you know, rather simplistic geometric design to more and more detailed and more lifelike as the ritual sort of completes and comes to its conclusion once everybody's up.
It works, in short. Everyone appears apart from one person on the list, and that is Amity Fearnot. You didn't see her in the mirror. You don't see her here. And you know that all the souls now are in the now hall filled with slime and generally naked Genasi, humans, elves. You have a feeling you picked up a few stragglers, not just people from your caravan that just got taken by the Witch Queen, and were part of this as well. And
this is going to be weird for you.
Yeah, they all thought they were dead. Amity isn't present. And then you remember, you did something with time.
Oh.
Yes, farewell.
Uh-oh.
She was never taken. She's alive.
She's out there somewhere.
Oh.
And
Because
has
of
been
you.
for years.
Oh. Oh dear.
Because you changed time.
I didn't change time.
Yes, you did.
But
I
Just tweaked it.
yes.
Wow, he's
I
really deep in denial.
I nudged it to a more approving direction.
I mean, you'd save her here if she didn't get taken.
Well, at least she is not a fucking spirit looking for vengeance or something.
True. Very, very true. And wow, we just
Are you one person again?
Congratulations, farewell.
by the end of the
You
ritual,
have just
farewell would have
performed a
basically
miracle.
sucked into one farewell again.
yeah.
Congrats, farewell. You play God. How does it feel?
Again, technically not God. May have just borrowed a seat at the dinner table. And I've learned from all of this bullshit that is technically an important distinction. Pretend to be a god or think you are God, you get smoked. Go, hey, I'm just borrowing this for a while, they tend to be a bit more cool with.
Everyone's given free will. Those who have got higher ideals simply impose their will upon reality. You have said it shall be, and it was done.
Indeed.
I am very impressed.
Mm.
And I have many notes here on how to maybe formalize the process. But this is something that should not be freely available.
I entirely agree. And just so that you quite understand, I had a main discussion with the actual Raven Queen herself about this. So that gets into the wrong hands. She knows it's you because I told her I was coming here. And we all remember what happened the last time to somebody pissed her off.
I know well not to provoke the gods.
Good idea. Now,
Remembrance walks up to him and says, Remembrance Credence, Banarathai. And he goes, That's where I've seen you.
Oh, what?
You're the exiled. Which technically means that I could kill you all now with no reprisal, but
I wouldn't recommend it.
I
There's
would
like
not
80
recommend-
I am a free thinker. Thankfully, you are not in one of the more Neanderthal locations in this plane. This is a place of enlightenment, creation, and evolution, not the barbaric trenches. No. I think even though there are long memories here, this is useful. I thought I spotted it. And he walks up to you, Farewell, and takes hold of an object round your neck. Stormheart.
Do you mind?
Not just any Stormheart. Stormheart from this plane of existence. Yes. This is useful. That Stormheart would have only been given to a particular caste. And you're one of the Banarathai, one of the banished castes. Probably because of your adherence to the Raven Queen. Okay. Yes, I think this would be quite sufficient. I will, of course, clothe, equip, all the rest, the people here, even the rather startled non-Genasi at the back there that seem to be a little startled. And I will arrange for them to go back to their own plane of existence. In return for a favor, of course, you have provided me with some level of intrigue and knowledge, and I will, of course, consider that in my considerations, but I am willing to sweeten the pot.
Oh, I do believe we have something to trade. Eclipse, darling, didn't you have the documents?
Documents? Yes.
Eclipse has many documents. What documents do you speak of?
Tabaxia's documents, if you have... What were you offering again?
It's Gremlin Eclipse appears and goes, yes.
Yeah.
Eclipse has many documents.
Yes. What documents do you need? Because I was so
The ones that we had Noki pick up.
Yes. Give to Glory.
He opens the documents and goes, yes, Magister Green. Yes, this will be quite sufficient for diplomatic purposes. I will, of course, provide my own seal in return. I think, based on what I've seen here today and the type of people that are in her employ, definitely an organization to associate with. But enough diplomacy. This is just simple quid pro quo. I have something I need experts to deal with, not the aforementioned barbarism, although violence is going to be unfortunately necessary. These creatures are old enemies of mine. They've tasted my blood, and as such they have certain protections against me, which I find infuriating. If you are willing to provide me with your services, and you're willing to subdue these creatures, then you say that you're going on a mission. The cat said it.
Yes.
Eclipse.
Yes, Eclipse. Do beg your pardon.
Yeah.
You said you were going on a mission.
Yes.
In order to recompense you for your time, I will teleport you to the location of that mission.
That would be very beneficial.
First
Not
off,
only that, but
who
when
are
you
these-
arrive, you will all be under the influence of the shield spell.
First of all, who are these things that you want subdued? Why are you angry at them? I'm not going to put anything that's innocent into your indentured, nor am I going to murder things for you.
Oh, murdering will definitely be on the list, but not quite. So, when I was younger, and I was
These are always the worst stories.
adventuring, I guess is the word. I had my blood tasted by the sisters, 3 aquatic dragons that, well, let's just say they become a lot more powerful since tasting my blood, being that they have a link to me. It's also a direct line through all of my arcane defenses. Many try to kill me. If they were to go and get permission from these beasts, and they're not true dragons, just loosely related. If they were to go and get permission from these, difficult though that may be, they would be able to curse me directly, going through all my wards and all my protections, due to my youthful folly. Take them to a point of weakness, discharge a rod that I will give you, and it will not only stun them, but it will also clear them of my resonance. Do it with all 3, and I shall owe you a profound favor, being that today's works, simple academia, I was happy to help. But I will owe you for this favor. I will recompense you for your time by teleporting you to the location of your next mission. You appear to have maps. And we can consider ourselves done with many deals. In fact, I do not need to study your knife anymore. Seeing its part in this ritual has answered my question.
Yeah, I've kind of thought that might be the case, if I'm brutally honest. Eclipse.
A favor of mine is not to be underestimated. You've seen
I want
what
to
I
roll
can
insight.
You beat
Don't
me to
believe.
it.
Yeah.
Don't believe him. Don't fucking believe him.
Yes, 7.
God damn it.
It's-
You're rolling really low.
It's your shout, Eclipse.
14.
Your call on this one. You helped me with this, and I said once this was done, I would help you with anything that you needed. But this is a price for something that I've incurred, so I don't expect you to have to pay it. I'll do it myself if I need to and join with you later, but it's your shout.
Well, you know we can't do that. We're not gonna leave you to go and fight these incredibly dangerous thing on your own.
Well, I was kind of expecting you to say that, but I also wanted to make sure that you had the choice. It's important to me.
18.
Even though
You
14.
didn't have the choice
Choice is
before
a
you said
lie.
yes.
I got a 21 on an inside check.
And
as well.
22
Okay.
for me.
And a 14
Okay,
14
so
Rodrigo, right?
14
Yeah,
for
14.
Rodrigo.
You're rolling
Rodrigo
low.
gets it as well because of the amount of time you've spent with him. The more you get to hear his range, the lower the DC becomes. This is a guy who can be an absolute dick, but the one thing he never is a liar. You have a feeling that lying to him is a level of effort that he's just not willing to give anyone.
Fair, but is he willing to? How do I say this? Because for some people, and I think he might be one of those people, there's a difference between outright lying and obfuscating information.
He again, because he seems to be like a manic academic. He's given you the full details of these dragon-related creatures. Doesn't seem to be any divisiveness in it. There's stuff that he has yet to say or hasn't said because he hasn't said everything. But you don't seem that he's being obfuscatious.
All right. Not my shout.
Would you like to know more?
Yes.
Would you like to know more?
Press 1. 2.
Yes,
Excellent.
I just want
To hear in Spanish, press 5.
Fucking hell.
The three sisters.
Do not make Simon speak Spanish.
I will leave the call.
Please don't make him butcher languages.
The three sisters
No,
are Hydra. Are you familiar with the term?
The three
Probably,
sisters.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Devilish
studied
things.
them.
But
as
useful.
in like hags.
Hydra.
Hydra. Yes.
The
They're
plural.
not true
Hydra.
dragons, but they are akin to
Isn't
it.
Tiamat technically a Hydra?
No,
Let's
God,
not
no.
start
No,
discussion.
That's
Oh,
my
oh,
head.
Eclipse, please.
She is a dragon amalgamation.
Because
Yes.
Let's keep things on track.
Several heads.
Please, just
The difference
answer.
between a dragon and a hydra is that the hydra is closer to lizard folk than it is to dragons in biology, and the lack of wings.
Let's keep this on track.
Please,
Why
this
would a
is like
Hydra?
basic
Glory?
genealogy.
It's
Go on,
really
literally-
not.
Learn this.
Go on, Rodrigo.
Yeah, Let's get just right to the important details. Why would a Hydra be interested in cursing you?
Well, they're malicious creatures at the best of times. They are venomous creatures, hideously intelligent in their later years, as the sisters are. The sisters are easily 600-700 years old. As such, they eat, they devour, they regenerate, they sleep, reduce themselves in form only to go out and gorge themselves and grow again, skipping through the ages. I don't want to get their permanent ire. In fact, by sparing their life and just severing the connection, I think will be enough to show that they shouldn't screw with me. And that's all they are at the moment. They're just screwing with me because of the insult that I gave them as a younger man. I have no need of this. By sending in appropriate people to sever the link, they can rant and rave, but they won't have anything on me anymore. They certainly wouldn't be able to attack my tower or the nearby people. They would just be bitter, intelligent, feral creatures roaming the Eversea.
I'm looking at Feral and Eclipse. I feel this is not really my place to say yes or no.
I mean, if Farewell has to do it, then we'll all go and do it.
I'm offering you the potential for quid pro quo. If you leave now with your friends, I will provide teleportation back to your own plane of existence and wish you well. I simply give you opportunity. If you believe that your time is best spent on academic affairs, I completely understand.
Hold on. We need to huddle.
Of course.
Team huddle.
Team huddle.
Not again.
Team huddle.
Except this time, Glory's wings are the huddle.
Yeah. Yeah. She sort of just puts her wings over the top of all of us.
Yeah.
It's an impressive wingspan you've got there.
Well,
'cause
yes,
the-
you need a large wingspan to even facilitate flight.
Yes, if she had like smaller, she would have.
Have you actually christened them yet? Have you tried flying?
Oh, I did last night. It was great.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
Just get
Bully
the
for you.
shit out of the guards. The night watch should be having palpitations.
That's so strange, dragon.
Reasonable.
This dragon is very small. This dragon's far away. This one's wearing lipstick.
And high
Oh god, you're
heels.
just making me think of the dragon from Shrek. Fuck that.
Hey, say what you want about the Shrek films, but at least Donkey fucked the dragon.
Yeah, he did. Oh, absolutely, 100%.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's how you get baby.
This is what the
donkey
team huddle
dragons.
is about, by the way.
Yeah,
This
this
what
is
the team huddle
legitimately what the team huddle is discussing. No, look, you might, well, you may not be shocked when I say this, but fuck this guy. Let's go home.
I don't particularly like him, and even though I don't think he is lying,
trust-
I wouldn't trust him with literally a piece of bread.
It's not just that as well. I
his
don't
offer
necessarily.
is generous, and we
It
would
is,
quite
which is why it's
literally
making me
incur, well, a debt that we could have him repay us at a opportune moment, such
we-
as providing his army when we need to fight the architect.
How about we split the difference? We say we've got pressing matters that we need to attend to, plus we have like 80 people that we actually really need to tend to, and I kind of want to spend time with my family.
Return to
That
us the
is
gold, yes.
completely
Yes, and
fair.
they need some
You know.
clothes.
And they kind of need clothes and all of the other stuff. And we split
And
the difference,
lodging.
and then we sort of say, look, we need to sort those. Those are the highest priorities. But look, we got your number. We'll be back in the area, and we come and we'll deal with it when we're back in the area. In the interim, we go sort out the next jar,
Yes, I believe he has
swing
had
round,
this.
do that.
They've had his
Farewell.
blood for decades, if not hundreds of years. So
True.
it should be fine to wait with this little side quest for
Well, we
however long we take with Eclipse's things.
well, yeah,
Farewell.
because what we can do.
Oh, see you, Rodrigo.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, sorry, I was just gonna ask. Does he tend to leave the elemental plane of water very often, or he's a hermit, so to speak?
This
I
guy
haven't-
doesn't. This guy doesn't leave his tower.
I'll be honest. I
Alright.
haven't got a fucking clue. But if I'm brutally honest with you, he's got these like mad hermit vibes. So you know.
That's completely fair. Sorry, go on. Go on.
Yeah,
Nicole.
because I was thinking my plan could be we go do that. We help. We help your family get settled. We go to first yard, then we go here, and then they can teleport to the next yard by helping.
Not just a shiny coat of fur.
Oh, great!
Well, sounds good to me.
And an intelligence circlet. But sure.
Hey, Brad is here.
I mean, it's got to be in there. I mean, in between the sort of, am I hungry? Am I causing problems? There is a devilish thing
We're
to like.
causing problems on purpose.
I mean, come on. We agree?
Yes, I
Okay.
believe we are.
Okay. And they sort of just like the huddle breaks apart.
Go.
Yeah, there's that moment. Team.
You're all so silly.
You're the one who goes along with it.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it brings me great amusement.
Hey, Scornfuse just gave us free Jeff Bezos bucks. Thanks. Thanks,
Yes.
Scorn.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for giving us Jeff Bezos money.
Yay. More money for us, less for Bezos. Fuck Bezos.
Yeah, let him
Oh,
not
yeah.
afford that next $1 billion boat or whatever. Yeah.
Well, he's apparently going to space.
He will have to get a slightly
Let him rot on my side.
Anyways, I've never hoped for
almost
explosive
chaos, baby.
decompressions as much as I've wanted to when he goes into space. Anyway,
Yeah.
We're
so,
on Twitch.
Please don't kill us, Overlord.
Yes, please don't kill us, Overlord. Yeah.
the Twitch AI is watching us. They have
Fucking
disgraced
Skynet.
Lord,
some
Lord
of you guys are
God
vaccinated.
Emperor Bezos. Ban them. Ban them.
Heresy.
Nick and Simon are vaccinated. They already infected with the
Fucking
Amazon AI.
5G, yeah.
Yeah, I like to point out that technically I've only had one jab. I'm only 3G at the moment. My next jab is my upgrade to 5G. So
Yeah, I'm still not allowed. Only people
Yeah,
who are
same here.
born at like a lot older, because my dad isn't even allowed to get it yet.
Goddamn.
well,
Anyways.
anyway, so
Yeah, you have to be 50.
we've had a discussion tonight, and we are interested in taking you up on your offer.
Excellent.
However, there is slight tweak that we need to make, considering the situation that we find ourselves in. As you can probably see, the familial resemblance. Oh wait, no, you don't. You actually really don't anymore. Shit. Anyway, they are all because I don't look the same as I.
It's still there, Farewell. It's just a little bit less.
Yeah, it's still there in the eyes a little bit, just the
What
dimple.
Farewell
Like
here is trying to say is that there's probably some more personal, pressing matters that we would like to take care of. We're not saying no. It's just some things need to be taken care of right away, if that makes any sense.
Of course, the fact that you're willing to even consider it, I'm very pleased. Thank you.
We will tend to this, sort some stuff out, pop back in, get that done, and go from there.
Of course. I will arrange for some robes for each of the people here, and then we can discuss where you need to be restored to in your own plane.
Oh yeah.
Ostergold City, please.
Of course.
Where else would you put your family, Farewell?
No, it wasn't that. I just realized that we're gonna have to find somewhere for 80 people to stay.
Well,
I'm sure Renata can sort it.
yeah, or Dusk could.
Renata gave you a townhouse like that.
Yeah, so I'm not worried.
She could probably just
and
book
the
out a
fact that
hotel
you
for
still
everyone.
Have all of the caravan parts in the backyard, except for yours, which we have sent some adventurers together.
Yes.
So I
It's only
believe
way out.
lodging will be
Outsourced it.
sorted.
We outsourced that problem.
Well, yeah.
Glory is honestly thinking
Amazon,
about
Alloy
building
Masters.
like I have started Gloria has started mapping out an idea for a rune which will allow her to teleport the caravan to them instead of us to the caravan.
Oh, that'd be great.
As an addition.
I just love the fact that at some point I can do a level 1 adventure, which is we're sending you out to bring back a caravan. You damage the caravan, that's it. You know, the expenses for the damage of the caravan get taken out of your pay.
Yeah, like we just
And
need.
it's an enchanted one.
We need a pocket caravan where you just sort of like open up a little sort of like case and it goes, and
Fucking just
then you
summon
just
it.
pop it back in.
Yeah,
Pocket
the idea
caravan.
that
Summon
as
it.
they're bringing this caravan back, they get the usual thing, the bandit encounters, except this time you don't end up having to put up like safety signs and things because it's an actual encounter for them. And they kind of like, don't let them hurt the caravan. This is going to be taken out of our pay.
Maybe they
And-
find like some that bandits like some like that heard about the other bandits being vaporized, so they run away instead.
Yeah, that's got to happen in the campaign. Is that a bunch of bandits go, it's them, and just fucking scarper, and they're like, what the hell was that about?
Anyways.
And in the end, they bring it back to the most ungrateful, Genasi and and Tiefling, where they're just like, oh, the caravan's here. Yeah, just put it over there. They're like, we nearly died for this.
No, I like
Yes,
to
that
say.
is
I'm grateful. I
job.
don't mean rude. I just mean instead of you going, "Oh, my hero, you brought my caravan back," it's just like, "Yeah, park it over there, mate. Thanks. I'm busy."
Just fucking banish the caravan to like a plane of oblivion, so you can just summon it like a conjurer in Skyrim, where you just point at just point at the floor,
You
and
can
then the
do that
fucking
with a
caravan
demiplane
pops
spell.
up.
With
Yeah.
a demiplane spell, you can literally just roll it in, close the demiplane, open it up when you get home, and roll it back out again.
Yeah.
The horses might be dead, but no. Yeah. So
They're replaceable.
Excuse you.
Listen,
Anyway,
animals don't do well around us.
you can take the girl out of Athelzaran. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, he provides all the various bits that he promised, and he says, "So, back to Ostergald. I can use the seal that was given to take you back to the Green Organization, if that's acceptable."
Yes.
Very well. Until we meet again. Here's my seal, and hands it to Eclipse, because Eclipse had the seal for him. And he goes, "Au revoir." Flicks his fingers, and you all appear in the foyer of the Green Mansion
Fucking
With-
Elvish, what a prick.
with some very scared looking. Well, the Genasi are kind of cool about this. They kind of know that you brought them back, and they're looking around with wonder. The elves and the humans are still huddled together like scared rabbits. What do you do? We've got 10 minutes left. What do you do with your new wards?
I call Renata.
Yeah, it
Sure,
doesn't
well,
take long for her to realize that her foyer is full of people, and starts walking down the stairs.
Yeah,
Farewell, a moment.
Gone. Yeah.
How many blood hunters do you want accompanying them? Was thinking 2 or 3, but I'll leave that up to you.
Was thinking about the same if you could spare them.
Absolutely.
Thank
I
you.
wouldn't be offering if I couldn't.
I know,
Alright.
but thank you. I go over
Alright.
to the really scared, huddled humans and elves. So this 6'5" water genasi who they've just seen rip their souls back into a body and rebirth them into life.
Yeah.
Hi. You can see there's a family of 3 wood elves, mother, father, daughter.
I'm Farewell. I'm a cleric, so don't be too worried. You're fine. You are very much alive. This is real. This is the prime material plane. We are going to get you set up somewhere nice that you can stay, get you some food, help you get in touch with whomever you need to get in touch with, depending on where you're from, get you back to there, should you wish to go back to there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this has been so terrible.
The beast.
And you had to go through all of that. Dead. Yeah. We. I think, and I point at either Aiden or Eclipse. One of those two killed it.
The mother, who you can see is, even though she's got a new body, you can see she's kind of got a keen look to her. You think maybe a huntress. And she looks at you and says, "Thank you. My name is Sandri."
It's nice to meet you, Sentry. And don't worry, look, what has gone on is never happened before. We are making sure it'll never happen again. It is perfectly reasonable to feel a bit out of sorts. You will for a very long time. Trust me, even people who get resurrected the normal way, there's a good sort of 2 or 3 days where they are just all over the shop. So, you should experience some mild discomfort. That should be...
We will agree to your administrations.
Well,
when
that's
you
a bit
when you
formal.
believe that we are well again, we will be seeking our own kind. I presume that there's a grand forest somewhere nearby.
There's a lot of forest nearby. I tell you what, I will find somebody that is far better at this than I am. But you are not prisoners. You are not under control. We are not dictating anything to you. We're genuinely trying to help you. And I am, as I said, I am sorry.
Full disclosure, in a bit you may have 2 or 3 kind of scary looking people following you around. Don't worry, they're there to protect you. What just happened is
Bring as
very
many
unusual.
scary looking people as you like if it's part of your group that brought us back.
What I'm trying to say is that what was just been done to bring you back has never been done before, and there is a slight possibility you may have gotten the attention of something not great. So don't be alarmed. They're gonna be there to keep you safe.
The not great did make a lot of them alarmed, including the 3 men and 3 humans. 3 human men.
Well, that's what happens when you fuck with the natural order.
Yeah.
Some things that may or may not be hungry are probably gonna take notice.
Which we are well equipped and prepared and skilled enough to deal with. Otherwise, how on earth would you be right here, right now?
One of the humans says, "You're the Raven Queen."
Yep.
So you're the one who's been fixing it.
Kinda.
You fixed the curse that was upon us.
Oh yeah. Well, it was a group effort.
He's
I
being
didn't-
modest. He did a lot of it.
It was mostly him.
I'm just a gamesman. These two here are farmers. Sure. She took us a long time ago. Our families have probably lived and died in that time.
Well, we can find you somewhere, I'm sure. That
We're-
you would
If
If
step at
you
a time.
want a new
We're willing
life,
just to live
just
the
like the
natural
one
order,
you had.
live our lives. If the Raven Queen brought us back, then
it very much wasn't your time. Yeah, absolutely not your time.
that's what we wanted to know. We wanted to know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't actually say how long you've got. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Farewell.
However, what I can say is you're rocking around in a pretty much a bang up-to-date model. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with those things. I can guarantee you. I mean, I don't do warranty, but I'm pretty proud of my work, considering that it's the first time I've ever made a
You can see his eyes
glazing.
glazing over.
He's
a simple man.
I'm just gonna go. What he's trying to say is that if you're here, it's because you're supposed to be here. It was not your time. It won't be your time just yet.
We'll live a good
What-
and simple life until the Raven Queen calls us.
Yep.
What happened to you was traumatic and unnatural, but it's over, and it's safe to say that what's been stolen from you has been given back.
I do that whole thing that like I turn around, I walk over to where like Cora, Eclipse, and Gloria are, and I just sort of lean in, whisper very quietly, and go, "Is it really bad that all I can imagine him is walking out the front of this door and getting hit by a carriage and run over?"
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, the fact
entire
that
irony of
yeah,
being like just brought back to life, and it's
You
like
know
I've
what?
got my
I'm
full
go-
life to live, and then wham, and just like
Aiden is actually going to start doing the actual fucking work of tending to these people.
It's just
Give
like,
us some clothes. They're all
It's
still still butt
So
naked.
the humans, the gamesman seems to be speaking for the humans, the three humans. When you turn around and say, you mentioned what you just did, he turns around and says, "Well, we'll take your lead, Your Honor, and and
How's it feel now?
and once you're satisfied that there's no danger, we'll just basically find wherever there's work and I guess start our lives anew."
Yes.
And you're right about the bodies; they're really good. For one thing, I've got my right arm back.
Got cup holders.
I mean, you sure you didn't misplace it? I mean, there has been several wars on.
And I got bitten. I got bitten by a dire bear.
Oh.
They couldn't save the arm. I had to lop it off.
You...
By the time we got to a cleric, all he could do was heal the stump.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
It's good. Hey.
I mean, I can take it off if it bothers you.
Farewell.
If you don't mind, Your Honor, I'd like to keep both arms there.
What
I'm
time
sure
is
you
it? Like, I know, like, the concentration for the ritual took like a very long time. So, like,
it's about 7 p.m.
Motherfucker, I missed the time.
Ha! You're stuck with us now.
No, it's not dusk yet.
Oh, okay.
Ha!
Okay.
It's coming up.
I was supposed to say that it was his turn with Eclipse tonight.
We were going to throw her through the Duskhold's door, and you were just going to have a
Alright,
whole evening. You were going to have a whole evening of putting up with that.
So the rest of the Genasi seem to be excitedly talking and, catching up with each other because clearly they weren't able to talk to each other in the void. And that, Credence is saying, well, of course, we'll check if Amity is okay. And there were some that survived, according to the few conversations that I caught. I think Simon's around here somewhere.
Yeah, farewell. You should call your family that's been here and actually are in Nostagald,
I've been here like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you just performed the miracle to bring back your family from the dead.
I know, and I'm very tired.
Yes, and we shall go to sleep once all of your family has somewhere to sleep as well, because I can imagine that it has been a harrowing experience and they also want sleep.
If I were stuck in the same situation they were, if I were offered a fucking floor to sleep on, I'd be pretty pissed.
Yes.
On the top of the stairs, Renata says, "It's not quite a miracle, but I can help."
Yay. I assume that's where we finished today.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
build a magnificent mansion, throw them all in it.
Yeah, there you go.
4 hours later,
yeah.
Somebody else's problem.
Is that the magical D&D equivalent of dumpster babies?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Because if you think about it, it's an extra dimensional home that lasts for 24 hours, and then just before it runs off, you just fuck off, and then when it runs out, it boots them all out, and it's somebody else's problem to deal with.
D&D dumpster babies, cool.
I've never thought of using the mansion that way. Here you go, it's your home, it's yours now.
Yeah,
you go as far as you can, and then it just boots it out, and you gave them nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Big thank you to Corinne, Kate, Felicia, Rodrigo, and Nick for their story today. And as always, I'm Simon, the DM. Very happy to be doing the game again. We are going to raid the lovely Maori nerd now, who is doing tabletop RPGs. I don't know which one, but I'm just going to jump into that. On Monday, sorry, not Monday, let's start with Sunday. On Sunday, we have episode 11, now that I've got the numbers right again, of Lancer, A Fond Farewell, where we're going to be rescuing Murray. This is going to
yeah.
be a rewritten episode. So even though all of the episodes were pre-written, I was inspired to rewrite this episode after seeing Iona and Murray, a beautiful little bit of RP. And so I've tweaked the episode. And we're going to have a bit of fun with that. On
Lovely.
Monday, we're going to have Numenera. So Ed's crew is back after a few little hiatus and people moving and things. I hear that Ed has finally got over his vaccine as well. He was feeling a bit floopy the other day.
Hey, good.
And so yeah, he's had number one as well.
I'm having number one on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah, that's true.
Hey, still have to wait for mine.
And then nothing till Friday, but we are in the middle of putting together a game that's going to terrify me because I've never done anything like it before. So Scumfuse and Hermit looked through elevator pitches of a lot of things that were in my playbook and chose Excelsior Rising as the next campaign that I'm going to do after Lancer. It's going to be a shorty again, and we're going to be joining Dave, Christy, Joseph, who is on chat as I keep forgetting it's JIGP Studios.
Yeah.
And how many of us said so far? And Helen is the fourth. As they play people who have got their dream job in Excelsior, the multimedia company to end all multimedia companies. Obviously, there's going to be more, but that's all they know, and that's all you guys will know until things start to unfold. The thing that terrifies me about this is that I'm using Genesis for a modern setting, and it effectively starts off as The Devil Wears Prada, the role-playing game. So
Boy.
I am in completely new territory and terrified, but also in a way kind of really pleased about it. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. And I also have a shout out to a bunch of people who've been providing sound files for the finale of Lancer. So now I've got the unenviable job of putting them all together to make the finale, and hopefully I will not screw it up. So yeah, lots of good things to come. And I believe Rodrigo is going to be doing Blades in the Dark one-shot.
I'm gonna do a Sunless Skies themed one shot of Sunless Skies. Yeah, I already have the players, so now it's doing the fun part of every RPG, which is scheduling.
Scheduling.
Yeah. So
the
also,
ultimate final boss.
I don't know how one makes scheduling easier. I think it's by making the DM say what time the game is gonna run before
typically
getting the players.
This is when I'm running, and then everybody tells you. Yeah, I do like it that way around. And I've just realized they've put Remember Nuki into the chat, which makes me very happy.
Anyway, also speaking of which, I still plan on running No Room for a Wallflower. Sadly, that got super delayed because this moment I announced it, my mental health decided to do the American History X curb stomp on me.
Yep.
So,
okay.
So there's been a huge delay on that.
Yeah,
I still plan
problem.
on running it, but if people have been wondering why there's been radio silence since I announced it, that's why. It's going to happen though. It will, I promise. But
it's
before
as
that,
with all things, do it when it's fun. Yeah, it's the main thing. Yeah.
Well, that's why I want to run the Blades one shot beforehand. I do want to get some detox and put myself in the GMing mood again.
Yeah.
So yeah,
so,
look forward to that.
Of course.
There's lots of other stuff going on at the moment. So we're continuing to do bits of L5R with Dave. That's off stream, of course. There's talk of some of us going to a LARP in the UK as well. So that's going to be fun. Asterisk. I haven't done the foam swords thing, so I'm reserving judgment. Corinne and I are very happy that we're going to go camping. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh God, I want to go camping again.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I don't
camping
understand
and camping.
people's obsession with camping. You're out in nature amongst bugs.
Yes, you're out in nature, sleeping really uncomfortably, but it's great, and you can't
and
say
eating food that you burnt on a Trangius. It's great.
It's true. It's fucking incredible. Oh yeah, I'm one of these days I'm gonna make you guys come camping here because camping here is actually pretty cool.
I was going to say, camping there is going to be a far
Yeah.
different experience.
I'm sure
than
it's a
camping in
completely different
arse
thing. Isn't it?
bumfuck Wales, where it's pissing it down and it's cold and it's miserable. I mean, to be fair, the
It's
last
pronounced
time
bumfuch.
yeah, I mean, the last time I went camping, it was a festival, and to be honest, I was so inebriated all the time. I don't remember where I ended.
I
up
could
sleeping.
tell you some fucking bullshit
coat,
I went through.
Be a
camping,
sleeping bag,
but...
be a tent. It's basically just Nick naked in a field.
But anyways,
I would say
yeah,
I had clothes on. I had some dignity, not a lot, but I had some dignity.
Anyways,
I had greater than 0 dignity. Well, okay.
We were finishing off the string.
Yes, we were.
Yes,
So
we were.
say hi
No, we
to
were natural.
Mary Nerd, and only just kind of got to know him through Twitter. And have a great day, and well, have a great week, and we will see you later. Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.